Hi, welcome to the 3D Dungeon and my Let's Play of Delve the Dice Game. Allow me to introduce you to my tabletop dungeon master, Sir Lieberman. He's here to bring me some good luck to my rolls for the game. The problem with Lieberman is he's a gassy frog, and as my rolls go downhill, he gets more gassy, and we end up with a very stinky situation. But hopefully I will have the luck of the Irish, and my rolls will be awesome. If you are following this series and you watched the previous video, you know that I was working on updating my tabletop version of Delve, the dice game, and I have finished doing that. And as a bonus, I wanted to show off the completed version. This is the lid to the box. I stained it, engraved the name of the game, the dice, with a simple wood burning tool, and then I dry brushed metallic gold on it for some texture, and then I used a ice crystal glaze to give it a semi-magical sparkly sheen, and gave it a label for when it's on the shelf in our family room, and I finished the pieces. Dice. If you remember, Delve the dice game requires 6 six-sided dice. These are for my rolls for playing. My dice tray. And I've added 4 colored dice to represent the health of each of the party members, the characters you're trying to get through the dungeon. They all have different health. The fighter having the most, the rogue has 3, the wizard has 1, and the cleric has 3. We have our party tracker, our starting location. Now all we need is a cast of characters. And where do you get a good cast of characters? Well, from any good book. These are my new figures. Recently painted them for the game, so they have their own figures. This is the cleric. The wizard. The rogue. If you are a Dungeons and Dragons fan or familiar with the property, I fashioned this particular figure off of Canterbury and the fighter. I tried to make him look like Conan. And that's the cast. And just in case I want to roll for the enemies, David is never short of dice. I hope with this series to continue to dazzle you with my dizzying dice collection. So let's get into Delve, the dice game. You have a party of 4 adventurers, each with unique abilities: a fighter, a rogue, a wizard, and a cleric. They will face 6 groups of monsters in order. The goal of the game is to destroy all of the monsters and to finally slay the dragon with at least one surviving adventurer. You fight battles 1 round at a time, rolling for your adventurer first. For your adventurer's attack, you roll 6 dice up to 3 times, setting aside any you want to keep. You can stop at any point. You can roll any of the dice each time, even those previously set aside. After the rolls, determine which of the attacks you would like to make based on your surviving character's abilities. Okay, I'm gonna move my party into the first cavern of the dungeon. And you will see by looking at the quest sheet that we have 3 orcs, each with 2 health points, and they hit on a 5 or a 6 when they strike back. So we will roll our 6 dice. And we roll a 6, 2 5s, 2 1s, and a 2. We have 2 rolls left. I can use the 1s for the rogue's sneak attack. You can use as many 1s as you want. Each of the dice translates to 1 hit. The 6 can be used as a basic attack from the fighter and does 1 point of damage. So I think I will hold on to those 3 dice and re-roll these. And ironically, I get 2 5s and a 4. So I still have a re-roll, and I think I am going to re-roll them again. And I get another 5, a 4, and another 1. So I can still use as many 1s as rolled, each doing a point of damage, but only against a single opponent. So one of them actually doesn't count. So I can do 2 damage to one of the orcs, killing it, and 1 point of damage with the 6 for the fighter's basic strike. What you do is you add up the amount of spaces that are still open, and in this case it's 3 after the damage, and that's how many dice you roll for the enemy. So they attack back with 3 dice. And they hit on a 5 or a 6. And they roll 2 2s and miss, but 1 5. So I take 1 point of damage. And since the fighter has the most health, because he's the tank, I will take that damage off of the fighter, bringing him down to 5, and we will attack back. Take our 6 dice. And we roll 3 ones. 2 4s and a 5. That is a full house, a crippling strike. The 6 dice is the damage inflicted against a single opponent. So I can use that and take out one of the surviving orcs. But I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to keep these 2, which I know definitely is going to kill one of the orcs. And I'm going to re-roll all 4 that are left. And I get 3 2s, a 3, and I have 1 roll left. So I'm going to re-roll, see if I can get a fireball with a 4 of a kind. And I do. That allows me to take out all of the orcs, and since there are no more open spaces, they cannot roll back and attack, and the battle is over. We win and can move on to the next cavern. Alright, we have successfully made it through the second chamber unscathed. I managed to roll a 4 of a kind on my first roll. This time 3s, and was able to take out all 12 kobolds with 1 hit. However, now my party finds itself in the lair of the spider, the giant spider queen, and her 3 offsprings. And this battle is a tricky one, because all of the spiders hit on a 5 or a 6, and if you roll a 1, it stuns. And a stun means an adventurer picked by me cannot fight the rest of the encounter, and a stunned adventurer can still take damage. If all adventurers are stunned, you lose the game. So it's a tricky battle. The Spider Queen has 3 health, and her 3 offspring have 2 each. So I'm going to roll our 6 dice for our attack. And we roll 2 2s, a 5, a 4, and 2 1s. I will be keeping the 1s for my rogue's sneak attack, and I will re-roll the 4 and the 5. Get another 1. I'm going to instead, for my last roll, I'm going to re-roll these 3 dice, which doesn't help me. However, the rogue's sneak attack allows me to do 3 points of damage to 1 opponent. And in this case, I'm going to take out the queen. That leaves 2, 4, 6, which means her offspring attack back with all 6 dice. They hit on a 5 or a 6, and they stun on a 1. Ouch. 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 So we have these don't count. They hit us for 3, no stun, and that means I have 3 points of damage that I have to take off of my characters. I'm going to take 1 point off of 2 points off of the fighter and 1 point off of the rogue. That brings the fighter down to 3 and the rogue down to 2. Now it's our attack. I'm going to roll all 6 dice. I roll 2 6s and 3 1s and a 4. And what I'm going to do with that is re-roll the 4. It's a 5. I'm going to re-roll it again. It's a 5. And what I end up with is a fighter's charge attack. You can only use 2 6s, a maximum of 2, for the fighter's charge attack, which does 2 points of damage, killing one of the offspring. One of these will not count because it can only be used on a single opponent, so these 2 will be used to kill another offspring, leaving only 1 offspring and 2 open spaces, which means the offspring attacks back with 2 dice, hitting on a 5 or a 6 and stunning with a 1. And sure enough, I get a 1. So now I have to decide which one of my party members is going to be stunned. And in this case, I'm going to choose the cleric. I rolled 2 6s, a 1, a 5, a 4, and a 2. I'm not even going to bother rolling any more because my charge attack, the 2 6s, takes care of the last offspring spider. And because there are no open spots left, they don't attack back. And we have another victory. But we need a desperate heal. So we now move from the lair of the spider into the treasure chest, the treasure room, where you roll 1 die, and depending on what you roll is what can happen. If you roll a 1, you get a dwarven throwing hammer for the fighter. If you roll a 2, you get black arrows for the rogue. If you roll a 3, you get an ancient staff for the wizard. If you roll a 4, you get a holy symbol for the cleric. And if you roll a 5, you get a divine blessing. If you roll a 6, however, one of your adventurers is instantly killed. It's a trap. So we will roll 1 die. And since it's the treasure, I'm going to roll a gem. It didn't go in my box. and that's a 4. And a 4 is a holy symbol. And that means that as long as the cleric is still alive, you can use it. The skeletons only require 1 damage to kill, which is down here. They only have 1 health, and there are 6 of them, but they need you need to hit them twice in order to take that 1 damage. So that holy symbol will come in handy when we get down to the skeletons. Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell somebody getting knocked on their bum. And I hope it's not me. We face off against the cave giant, looking angry and fierce. The cave giant hits on a 4, 5, or 6. Let's take a look at our updated quest sheet. He has a whopping 9 health. I'm hoping that during this battle I can initiate the cleric's healing abilities because my party needs desperately healed. The fighter down to 3 and the rogue down to 2. So we attack first with all 6 dice. And we roll 2 1s, 2 3s, a 5, and a 2. Well, I will be keeping the 2 1s for a sneak attack. I'm going to re-roll the 3 and the 5. I get a 3 and a 4, 2, 3, 4. I have 1 more roll. I need a 1 or a 5 for a minor heal. And I get a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. A straight of 4 is a minor heal. Heal 2 damage. So we will heal the fighter up to 5. And use the 2 damage of the sneak attack to do 2 damage to the giant. Now the giant attacks with all 6 dice, and this big bad boy hits on a 4, a 5, or a 6. Ouch. 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 And then 2 2s and a 1. So he hits us for 3 damage. I will take 2 off of the fighter, back down to 3, and 1 off of the cleric, bringing the cleric down to 2. And now we will strike back with all 6 dice. And that is a crippling strike, a full house. And I think I'm going to use that. A crippling strike, full house. The 6th dice is the damage inflicted against a single opponent. So I will re-roll the 2 for a 5, which changes everything because that is a fireball. And a fireball, a 4 of a kind, 1 damage to each opponent or 4 damage to a single opponent. So 4 damage off of the giant. Bringing him down to 3. And he hits us with 1, a 4. I will take that again off the fighter. Fortunately, that brings him down to 2. And we go again. Get 2 1s, a sneak attack, 2 3s, a 5, and a 4. So I'm going to try for another straight.
Whoa!
And I get a 3, 4, 5, 6, which is a minor heal, and allows me to heal my character 2 points. So I'll take the fighter back up to 4 and take the 2 damage from the sneak attack. Bringing the giant down to 1 health. And now the giant, down to 1 health, can only roll 1 dice. He rolls a 5 and hits us. Again, I'll take that back off of the fighter, bringing him down to 3. It's our attack, 6, a 1, 2 5s, 2, and a 4. No need for me to re-roll, as the sneak attack or the fighter's basic attack does 1 point of damage, killing the big old cave dragon.